Hello everyone. If you are listening and or watching this, my name is Alex Arica and this is my GIS505 project. This project is a little bit different from my other projects, except maybe for 504, in the sense that I really wanted to focus on presentation by the time I was halfway done. So in a similar manner to my 504 project, I have two versions of my actual web map that I worked on. And what my topic is, basically, in case you couldn't read the titles quickly enough, is oil booms. This is actually a template. I started this off with a template and then made it my own with that one. And basically I thought, Toronto is not a city. This is Toronto, by the way, if you zoom out. It's not a city that's really likely to have oil spills. But because of that, it's not well prepared. There's so many peninsular parks across Toronto, from the bluffs over in the east to Center Island, over here to the ones in the west where I've drawn example data. And they're not well protected. How could we efficiently ensure that booms can be set up in case of an oil spill or anything similar really in the water? Lake Ontario is quite polluted. And I thought, well, how about a real-time map to manage these? And instead of data collection like for GIS504, it was data on roads. This is assets, because these are going to stay a while. These are things that already exist or that you plan to have exist. They are things you own, things you manage, things you get rid of if they don't work anymore and you can't fix or recycle them. I have a number of categories here. You can see I've got a pie chart of categories and a pie chart of whether they're actually on the map or not, or if it's just, unknown, null. And yeah, I have a legend on the top right as well that goes through functioning as green. Blue is something that we planned but haven't set out yet. And then we have really badly damaged for irreparable, damage for gray as a thin line, and then a thick line of black for just slightly damaged, needs repair. And this, as you can see, roughly represents the positioning of booms. I didn't quite draw this line properly. This needs to be closed off. But anyway, just an example to get the idea across. I have a workforce app that I built around this. There's no assignments currently because I haven't added any assignments. Maybe we should add one right now. Because I used the template related to assets, I have maintenance, QA, and repair and replacement. So let's say that we want to do repair and replacement and put down a new boom right here where I did not properly connect this line at this address. There we go. See, that's good. We'll give this the ID A01. My name's Alex, so I'll put that for myself so I can tell it's for me to do. The due date will be, let's be really cruel and make it tomorrow. And it's, extremely high priority. It's critical. It's right close to the source of the spill here at, we'll say it came from the Humber River, or maybe from one of these parks nearby somehow. Someone just dumped like a whole tank of oil here. And there, I've gone and created myself an assignment. Time to get on the mobile app and do it. And yeah, I made a dashboard just to show it off a bit, give the colors some more light. And a story map to go with it, of course. 3 minutes in, watching the time, of course. And this is as every bit as intuitive as you think. It really is just plot the lines, figure out what they do, tell the people on the ground to also plot the lines, or at least let you know where you should move them. The old app I had fewer colors and no thickness, so it wasn't as informative in terms of variety. I also didn't add as much data to it because, of course, it's older and I just went with the base level of data I had. Sorry, that's the new one. This is the old one. I get a bit confused because I actually have a number of versions in between that I haven't shown here. And I haven't perfectly connected all the booms. They are exaggeratedly long just for the sake of example and keeping it simple. In practice, of course, there are a lot of booms, and each of these sub-polylines is representing probably dozens of booms of regular size. But how large they are is mostly a function of how much can you carry on the highway nearest by to get them there by truck or whatever means of transport you use. Ideally, you want to have them set up on the spot where they're supposed to be used, but that's not always possible. And of course, there's a lot of discussion you can have about how practical is this for assets, and how is this related to asset uses when oil booms are something you use just a little bit until the oil's gone, then you're done. Well, it can take longer. You have to have backups, you have to have plans, be able to list out planned and not yet implemented booms, right? That's the blue one here. And emergency assets are indeed assets, and they're actually one of the most important kinds of assets because you don't have time to plan them out in a non-efficient, non-big data-based way. GIS and its strong relation with data, with big data, makes it very good for fast and real-time updates with asset management, which is what you need in an emergency. You need people to be able to quickly put the booms around or get rid of them where they're no longer needed and deal with the spill before it becomes some chaotic black mess all over the already very, frankly, unhealthy to swim in lake. And that's the idea I'm getting at. Assets can be about efficiency and time, and in fact, they usually are. So emergencies are like a prime example of getting things done as fast as possible. All right, it's been 5.5 minutes. That's already overboard, so I'm going to cut it here. Thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed, learned something, and would like to try making something yourself similar to this. Thank you.